Almost everyone knows how much dogs love peanut butter. However, it's becoming very common to see a variety of baked treats flavored with different types of nut butter, such as cashew butter and even macadamia nut butter. Pet parents typically wonder, can dogs eat almond butter? Are nut butter safe and healthy for your canine friend to consume, or should you avoid them altogether? Is almond butter healthy for my pup? Almond butter is a healthy nut for your dog to consume in moderate quantities. It has significantly more calcium and vitamin E than peanut butter does, making it ideal for dogs prone to developing dental problems or suffering from joint pain, as it helps build strong bones. Vitamin E also improves the immune system and eradicates free radicals from your dog's cells. Plus, almond butter contains vitamin B3, which is known to support the eyes, healthy and shiny coats, as well as the liver. However, it can be difficult for your furry friend to digest, so try to limit the amount of it you feed to your puppy to ensure they don't have any tummy aches. How much almond butter can my pup eat? When it comes to the amount of almond butter that your dog can eat, make sure you give them a small portion. While dogs love almond butter, too much could be bad for their health. Make sure not to feed your pooch more than 1 or 2 teaspoons every few days, because any large quantities of almond butter can be harmful to their digestive system. You can choose to either feed them with a spoon, spread it inside a stuffed Kong, include it with their food, or even create homemade baked goods. Regardless, almond butter is a great treat to give your pooch for being good, playing with you, or just because they're adorable. The risks of feeding almond butter to your pet. It's important to remember that dogs are animals with sensitive stomachs. Therefore, it's best to avoid feeding them foods they're unfamiliar with, even if it is healthy. For example, while almonds can be beneficial for your dog in small amounts, make sure you don't feed them too much of this type of nut butter, because it could lead to weight gain or diarrhea if eaten in excess. Choose clean, natural almond butter brands. While the food industry offers tons of options in the pet food aisles, boosting benefits like gluten-free dog treats or treats that are free from saturated fat, not all are safe for dogs to eat, which is why many want to feed their dog plain almond butter with roasted almonds. One of the most important things to remember before allowing your pup to try almond butter is to make sure you're buying a natural almond butter brand, as many nut butter lining is full of toxic chemicals. A lot of almond butter brands you can find at your local supermarket are made with added sugars, salts, and oils that can be harmful to your dog if consumed in excess. Instead of choosing sweetened almond butter made with the popular sweetener xylitol, try choosing organic almond butter that's sugar-free. This will ensure that they don't contain any pesticides or hormones that could hurt your dog. Last but not least, make sure to avoid any type of chocolate-coated nut, as chocolate is toxic to dogs. The do's and don'ts of feeding almond butter to your dog. If you're excited to give your dog almond butter, you'll want to ensure to follow our do's and don'ts of feeding dog almond butter. This includes: do allow them to try almond butter. The best way to know if your dog likes almond butter is to let them try it. Remember that your pup's tummy may not feel great if they're given too much, so ensure you're only feeding small doses at first to see their reaction. Do pay attention to their reaction. If your pup has an adverse reaction to almond butter, such as diarrhea or vomiting, stop giving it to them and consult your veterinarian. It's okay to allow your pet to continue enjoying peanut butter instead, as not all dogs will love the taste of almond butter. Don't force your dog to eat it. Don't force them to eat it if your pup doesn't seem too interested in the taste of almond butter. While most dogs may enjoy it, some dogs are not fans of almond butter or are unable to digest almonds the same way that other dogs can. Don't give them more than 2 teaspoons every few days. As we mentioned before, make sure not to give your dog more than a teaspoon of almond butter every few days, as this could lead to an upset stomach or diarrhea. Instead, start small and increase the dosage gradually if you notice that your pup loves it. Other healthy nuts for dogs to consume. Like humans, dogs have different dietary needs, and some nuts are better for them than others. The following list is a compilation of healthy nuts that are safe for your dog to eat. Peanut butter. Dogs love peanut butter. The occasional taste of peanut butter is fine for your dog to consume. Peanut butter contains a lot of protein and nutrients that your dog needs in order to stay healthy, active, and full of life. However, it's common for dogs to have peanut allergies. Make sure to try old-fashioned peanut butter in small quantities first to see if your dog shows any peanut allergies, such as itching or stomach issues. Cashew butter. Cashews are another healthy nut butter that is safe for dogs to eat. This type of butter tastes good, smells fantastic, and isn't too difficult for dogs to eat without making a mess all over the place. However, it's essential to ensure that they only consume a few roasted cashews instead of raw cashews because of a toxin found within raw cashews. This toxin is cooked down once exposed to high temperatures, which is why you can share roasted nuts with your furry friend. Nuts to avoid for your furry friend. Just as important as knowing what nut butter is safe for your dog, it's important to remember the ones you shouldn't allow your furry friend to eat. Macadamias. Macadamia nuts are poisonous to dogs and should be avoided at all costs. Feeding your dog macadamias could result in fevers, vomiting, shivering, weak legs, diarrhea, and can impact your dog's safety. Pistachios. Pistachios are toxic to dogs because of a toxic chemical they may contain known as Aspergillus mold, which can lead to liver failure if your pet eats it. It's best to avoid this nut at all costs, as exposure to it can cause stomach aches, seizures, or even death. While it's extremely rare for it to happen, pistachios shouldn't make it into your dog's diet. Walnuts. Walnuts are extremely toxic to our furry friends and can cause severe stomach issues, seizures, and other pain to your dog's body if the dog eats it. So make sure to keep this toxic nut away from your dogs. So, can your dog eat almond butter? When it comes to giving your pup an occasional treat with nut butter such as almond butter, peanut butter, and cashew butter, they can be a great way to reward your pup. Almond butter offers many nutritional benefits and can be enjoyed by dogs in small quantities on occasion. However, as a pet parent, don't forget that all natural nut butter brands are the best options because chemical additives from cheap sources can cause more health problems than treats are worth.